Hello, film friends, friends of film, and everyone in between. Welcome to our newest summer series, allegedly a Godfather summer series. I am Jed Props, and I am here with Justin Sound.
I still don't know who that is.
Penny Camera.
Yeah, hi.
And joining us via Zoom, the godmother herself, Heather Ray Costumes.
Tutti colpevoli, nessuno colpevole.
Oh, nice cannoli shot.
Wow.
Well played.
Nicely done, nicely done.
Yes.
Collier is down for the count today. Unfortunately, he's got like Ebola or something like that. He'll be back, hopefully, if he doesn't die, for part 3 in our wrap up. And
he actually texted me on the side. He said this was his least favorite, so he was just going to skip anyway.
Oh, okay. So he's playing hooky then.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been outed, Collier. But
You
yeah,
can talk all kinds of shit because you're.
That's right.
but we'll give him.
I'm not here either, but you know,
Yeah.
here I am.
We'll give him a chance to give us his 2 cents, maybe in the wrap up. So we'll see. But thank you everyone for joining us.
Well, have to forgive me. I am with my Italian family in Buffalo right now, hence the Buffalo Mafia.
Oh yes.
Which
Sorry for
I mean,
those listening.
my own opinion, a bunch of idiots, but I had to wear the hat for the moment anyway.
That's I guess for people listening, we should have said Heather Ray on Zoom started off with a Bill's Mafia hat on, and then took a giant bite of a cannoli. So,
You know, like
and this
you
is
do.
why you should be watching video.
Yes.
So that way I don't have to explain things. So thank you everyone for joining us today. This is episode 3 of our summer series. If you are just now joining us, that's kind of weird, but we would recommend starting at episode 1, but you do you. As a reminder, for this fun summer miniseries, we're doing this like we did for the Rocky Creed franchise after season 1. If you haven't listened to that, we highly recommend you go and check that out. Or go listen again. Listen all you want. And research for today's episode comes from Wikipedia, IMDb, a little bit from Paramount's miniseries they offer, utterlyinteresting.com, the Culture Mafia podcast, the Familia Corleone podcast, and of course, the Godfather Part II. All right.
If you really want to do a deep dive on any of this stuff, go to the Culture Mafia podcast because they go deep.
Yes.
Deep. It's good stuff.
They actually do research. I'm kidding. We do research.
Research? I've done research. What are y'all doing?
I know. I just type. I don't know. All right. So let's get into it. Justin, you want to set the mood for us?
Sure.
Here we go.
Oh, this is so sad for me because I can't hear any of this.
Oh no, can you not? Just imagine.
I'm sure you know this.
Oh, I
quite
hear it all in my
well.
head.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
know.
And when Jed started doing this, I was like, oh, it was like all
It's in your
like
head.
It swelled.
Yeah.
The orchestral swelled.
Yeah.
I've also been drinking wine for a little bit, waiting for us to start. So
There you go.
Thank you for that, and shout out to Signora Nino Rota because in this version, that's his Oscar-winning score, which sounds so radically different from the first movie, but congrats to him nonetheless. So I kind of to jump us in, I wanted to bring up the tagline for part 2. I had never seen this tagline before. Maybe y'all have, but I wanted y'all to kind of comment on it. So the tagline is Sicily, 1912. Little Italy, New York, 1915. Las Vegas, 1958. Cuba, 1959. Washington, 1962. Miami, 1972. The Rise and Fall of the Corleone Empire. That is a long tagline.
I mean, and I got to say, actually, the very last scene is supposed to be taking place in 1969.
Yeah, it's
When-
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, when his son Anthony is supposed to be 18, and they were it was supposed to be a very different ending, but they lost light, and they just ended with him sitting in a chair.
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be his son telling him. I can't remember if it was telling him if he was going to join him in the family or if he.
I think it was his son saying
what.
he didn't want to be
Yeah.
involved in the
I thought it was-
family.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's right. But we'll never know because we lost light.
Which is
The
weird.
day was
like
over.
that they
Do you think they? I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you think they intentionally left it ambiguous that it could have gone either way to like keep popularity alive?
I feel like that's a better ending.
folklore. You know, did he stay or did he go?
That's a better ending, as is the, right before that ending with the flashback. But we'll get to that.
Yes. Now, kind of to your point, I think Godfather 3 was not a concept yet, so I think it would have been an ambiguous ending because some of these elements that didn't make it into end up resurfacing in 3. But and I should also say, for those who don't know what a tagline is, it's usually a little short sentence, not this long, but you see it on a movie poster.
This is not a tagline.
Yeah.
This is like a tag paragraph.
Yeah, it's a tag paragraph.
Homer's tagline.
Right.
Most epic tagline ever.
Yeah, even the tagline's epic. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
But
The saga.
I wanted y'all to kind of give me your opinions on the fall. Because they're calling it the rise and fall of the Corleone Empire. Coppola has talked about the dynamics of the rise and fall, but
we see the rise in Vito,
mm-hmm.
and we see the further rise of Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 1, and partway through The Godfather Part 2, and I mean, I feel like we end as him at the top, but sad because he's all alone.
So
and that's the difference
yes.
between Michael Corleone and Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
Vito Corleone surrounded himself with friends and family, and that was the basis of it. Whereas Michael Corleone, it was about the power under the guise of family. He didn't trust anyone.
Right. And so what do y'all think the fall is referring to in this tagline? Because just to your point that you just made, as far as the family business, it's looking great still at the end of Part 2, but there is a fall.
Well, just what I said, honestly, like what with Michael,
the fall is happening simultaneously.
Right. I mean, we see the rise of the Corleone family in the prequel sections, and then we see how everything that was built by Vito Corleone and the way it was built and about family and trust and loyalty and all of those things. And he trusted everybody he surrounded himself with until he didn't, but Michael didn't trust anybody. I mean, there's even that scene with Tom Hagen where he's telling him that he is going to be the next Don. And there's a part of me where I'm like, is he testing Tom right now? Is he testing him to see, because he's always watching. He's a great reader of people, I mean, it's just like in the Fredo thing when he says, oh yeah, it's Hyman Roth and Johnny Ola. Have you met them? Oh no, we've never met. He's like, clock that. And then when we see they're at that show, the porn show, basically, they're like, oh, have you seen, and Fredo starts talking about, yeah, Johnny Ola comes here all the time. And Hyman Roth would never come. Old man Roth would never come here. But Johnny Ola, he told me about it. He comes here all the time. And after he said he had never met Johnny Ola. So, right. and honestly, like that scene of Michael is, it reminds me of the scene with Sollozzo and McCluskey in the first one. Just the realization and just the fact that you can see everything that Al Pacino is thinking in his face. His face is as loud as mine.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, and I appreciate that shit. But yeah, anyway.
Well, the fall, or at least the way I took it, and kind of on the same path that you're talking, he kind of from his own paranoia, or well, he was right at the end of the day, but he's basically losing his family. Like the cost of accomplishing these goals is the loss of his family. So, that's also why it's cool, sad simultaneously that we're ending the movie with him by himself as a
right.
Just
that's the fall. He's lost
isolated
his family. He's lost his loyalty. The isolation is the fall. Exactly.
And man,
I mean, because if you look at after De Niro kills Finucci, he goes directly to his family.
Yes.
Whereas like Michael Corleone, once he kills McCluskey and Sollozzo, he takes off. I mean, it was out of a necessity. But even when like he comes back from Cuba and everything, he doesn't go right to Kay. You see him looking at Kay.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was an earlier scene actually, but you see him as he's come back from somewhere, I can't remember, one of the times, and he sees Kay, and he doesn't go to her. She's sewing on the sewing machine, and he doesn't go to her. He sees her, he considers, and then he takes off.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's really, I mean, when we talk about this being about family, it's about family, whether you have it close to or you just pretend and in your mind it's all about family, but it's really about business. So that's kind of where, like, again, it's a statement on capitalism. It's a statement on all of that stuff that we talked about in the last episodes.
This is also a good time to bring up Olive Garden again, because it is really a business. It's not about family at the end of the day.
Yes, that's all. This is really a tagline for Olive Garden.
Yeah.
It's low hanging fruit. I can't help it. So anyway, we're gonna get into the casting. They were able to get most of the gang, and that's a pun intended, back together, but there were a few issues. So Brando, for example, was asked to return just for the birthday scene at the end, but surprise, surprise, he had issues with the Paramount board and felt disrespected. So Brando just stood them up on the day of the scene, forcing Coppola to rewrite it, which I wanted to point out there.
But again, happy accident, because I think it would not have been as good.
Yeah.
With the original thing, because they rewrote the whole thing on the fly, and it ended up, and that's also where you see a discrepancy between when Vito was born, and because if you look at his gravestone in Godfather 1, he was, the dates are all weird.
Oh yeah, and we'll get to that eventually.
I mean, he was actually supposed to be 12 in the book as well, but they made him younger to seem like, so I mean, there's some discrepancies. If you look on IMDb and you look at Vito Corleone's birth date, there are two.
Yes. I had put in my notes that I'm starting to appreciate Coppola's day of rewriting abilities, because I mean, at this point,
it's like happy accidents every single time.
Like from Apocalypse Now, Godfather Part 1, now Part 2, like that dude is constantly rewriting, and it's working, James Caan, he got his pound of flesh when he agreed to come back for the birthday flashback for the same fee he got for the entirety of Part 1. So good on him and his agent.
That's fair, because they weren't really paid that much to begin with in that first.
Right.
None of them were. I mean, in fact, Castellano, who played Clemenza, he was the highest paid actor in Godfather 1.
Yes.
And then he didn't come back. And there's a lot of rumors, depending who you talk to, about why he didn't come back. I mean, they mention it in the movie, and it's kind of like a throwaway line.
Mm-hmm.
And, Pentangeli is saying that, oh, he had a heart attack. And then you see Cheech say, that was no heart attack. That wasn't no heart attack. So it's kind of like up in the air, like how he actually met his end. But the reason in real life why he didn't is because, again, there are discrepancies who you talk to. He wanted way more money than they were offering. He wanted to write his own lines because he was the one who improvised the leave the gun, take the cannoli line in the first in the first Godfather.
Hmm.
And also there's things where Coppola originally wanted Brando to play the young and the old, because remember, Brando was only 47 when he did The Godfather. So, you know, Coppola's like, he can play any age. He can play any age, you know? So he was going to play both originally in his mind, that he was going to play both the young Vito and, you know, what we know of Brando's Vito Corleone. And he was going to have Clemenza play the young Clemenza and the older Clemenza, which meant that he was going to have to lose and gain weight, and it like a health issue, and that's why he said he wouldn't do it. But I mean, the real reason why Castellano, the actor, said that he wasn't going to do it is because he didn't think that Clemenza would ever betray the Corleones. So it's kind of, you know, there's a lot of speculation as to why that didn't happen for real, but I think it's probably a combination of all those things.
Yeah, I think you're right. At the end of the day, it's like a little column A, little column B kind of thing. Because Castellano, he does have a quote where he's basically calling Francis a liar, and Francis is kind of stuck to his story that he was just asking for too much. That's more or less what he says in the DVD commentary. That's kind of the narrative he's kind of been sticking to. But yeah, Richard Castellano was not happy because I think he kind of felt betrayed by Coppola. And
that's why
irony.
Frank Pentangeli was hired, and he was hired a week before shooting.
No, I think it was a day.
Michael, was it a day? I read a week.
I think his contract was signed the day before he shot.
Maybe he was just approached a week before, but
right,
I mean,
right.
And then he went on and, you know, was nominated for an Oscar, you know, so it's pretty, I mean, he was great in that. I think that was a good substitution. Even though Clemenza was one of my favorite characters in the first one, you know, but I will say, I love that Bruno Kirby is always eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always eating, and not every scene, but like most scenes, like you see him eating, and it kind of explains how we find Clemenza in the first one, you know?
I forgot Bruno Kirby was in this until I was rewatching, and then I can't help but think of City Slickers when I see Bruno Kirby. So
that's the first time I knew. I mean,
exactly.
Our generation,
yeah,
you know, because he was in a TV show with Michael Gazzo, with the guy who played Clemenza. I think I might be messing this up. The guy who played Clemenza, they were in a movie or a TV show called The Super. So it was Clemenza old and Clemenza new. It was Bruno Kirby and Castellano, Castellano in playing, you know, again with each other in right before The Godfather actually came out. So
I've never even heard of that TV show. I mean, it must not have lasted long.
Nor have I. I just like in my research,
So, as we were just talking, not having Castellano forced a lot of rewrites to happen because they had to create a whole new character to drive that narrative that they wanted to have. So it was a big deal for him to not be a part of it. And the Frank Pentangeli character,
Pentangeli, yeah, because it's
Pentangeli?
Five Angels. That's why they call him Five Angels, is because Penta means five, and Angeli, obviously. So Pentangeli, Five Angels. That's what his last name means.
And most of the original Clemenza plotline transferred over to that character. I think there was only a couple of minor things that they kind of left off. Did y'all see this?
I would have been really disappointed if Clemenza had, you know, gotten to a point where he was in front of the Congress and almost testified.
Oh, it's a happy accident.
It's all happy accidents. That's the crazy thing. And it really is a lot of happy accidents in this whole series.
I mean, we talk about it all the time.
And some unhappy accidents that we'll get to in Godfather 3. But anyway.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Not there yet.
Yeah, part 3. Part 3 is going to be interesting.
We'll think about it. Moving forward.
So I don't know if y'all saw this or not. I didn't realize until I was doing research. Roger Corman is one of the senators on the Senate committee hearing.
Yeah, go figure. Some of the non-speaking roles went to producers and writers. Huh. Oh my God.
Well, so I was
I bet it was last minute, and costumers had to fit them last minute in period clothing too. By the way.
I was trying to figure out
100%.
why Roger Corman. It just seemed so random. But then come to find out, Roger Corman produced Coppola's first movie. So then it's like, oh, so he's throwing a bone back to like a mentor type. But
was he not part of that product? I don't know who the producers were on this movie.
No, he was not part of the producers. He was.
Oh, interesting.
He was just brought in just to have like a weird kind of cameo.
Again, not surprising. I guess that's been happening longer than I thought.
He came to Francis. Was like, hey man, can you throw me in there somewhere?
Oh,
and Francis
really
was like, Francis
trying to keep my card,
I've got
dude.
a part for you.
But yeah, I mean, like we should maybe down the road we could do like an entire like career study on Roger Corman. My God. With those exceptions, the rest of the original cast would return to reprise their roles without issue, more or less, except for Al Pacino. Needless to say, Pacino was an overnight star after Part 1. And then he was immediately starring in movies in between filming Part 1 and Part 2. And this all, as it happens, it's typical. He came with a desire for more control, and now he had a team of lawyers. So production almost didn't happen because Pacino's lawyers said to Francis that the actor had, quote, grave misgivings with the quality of Puzo's early script and was not coming, end quote. And as a result, Coppola spent an entire night doing rewrites before letting Pacino review the changes. Pacino approved the changes, and production was able to move forward.
Well, when you talk to Pacino after the fact, I don't know if it was in an interview. I can't remember if it's an interview or like, I don't know if he's written a book. I have no idea. It came out somewhere where he was like, I just knew he could do better. I knew that he could write it better. So, and that might have been his like, I'm not a diva. I just knew. I was just pushing him forward. I don't know, but like that's a possibility.
Well,
that has been.
These changes combined with other changes and forced costs more than doubled the budget's early estimated $6 million to.
Because it was the same amount of money that they got for the second one as they got for the first one, isn't that right?
Yeah, and there's a little bit there's a little bit of discrepancy on how much it ended up costing at the end of the day. I've seen as low as 11 mil, and I've seen as high as 15 mil. But just to put it in today perspective, $15 million in 1973 is $113 million today. So it was a big movie. Just doesn't sound like it when we hear 15 million today. That's like a low budget.
It's a tiny engine.
Yeah, that's a tier 3 low budget.
Right.
Remember movies? So
kinda.
Yeah, I know. I'm forgetting. Mario Puzo, he was already writing the script for the sequel before the first Godfather was ever released. It was originally titled The Death of Michael Corleone, so that was clearly going to go in a different direction. In this first draft, the script begins with the Senate hearing we know. There is a subplot of Clemenza turning state's witness against Michael until he ultimately committed suicide. This was all switched to the Pentangeli character.
Pentangeli. Say it right.
Pentangeli.
There you go.
Pentangeli.
I am so not Italian. But,
that's all right. I got you, baby.
Yeah. Thank you. But pretty much the rest of the story is very different than what would be released to theaters later. There is no communion party, no Cuba plot. There's no Hyman Roth. There's no Freddie betrayal murder plot. There's no Kay abortion.
What was the movie about? What I don't. Right. I mean, that's the whole thing. You just described the whole movie.
Yes. So if you take those things away, what's left, which I think is about 20 minutes of film, I think that's what was in the script.
It's just about Kay having an abortion.
It's gonna sound worse. Puzo had written the story of a Mormon gangster named Jack Starbuck. Terrible name. I mean,
I just know he can do better.
He can do better. Exactly.
I lived in Utah, and I don't want to see that movie, honestly.
Yeah. Now, I will say Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica,
Mormons
awesome.
are gangsters, though, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling that out there. It's on the internet now. Yeah.
So
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers, also. But in this story, not so much. Starbuck, classic Mormon name. So the Mormon gangster named Jack Starbuck was quote trying to strong arm Michael into giving up his Las Vegas casino stakes, culminating in him kidnapping Michael and Margaret Hamilton, a photographer Michael is having an affair with. Entwined with this is Starbuck's straight-laced Chief Aide Thompson and his affair with a casino dealer named Sheila, along with a plot to rig football games by the star quarterback and inveterate gambler Speed Vogel. Whew.
Oh man, I want to see Jack Starbuck's just origin story.
Yeah.
Okay,
wait. Because I've gone deep dives and I have not heard any of this. When was this? Because they started writing, like you said, Puzo started writing the second one.
This is the original. This is the original script before Coppola touched it. This is the first draft.
Because I was going to say, because Coppola said that he wanted to. I mean, they were not going to hire him because they almost fired him a bunch of times, like we talked about in the last one. And they didn't. They wanted Martin Scorsese. He suggested Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, he was like a no-name back then.
Because he had seen Mean Streets, right?
Yep.
Is it Mean Streets the one that he saw?
Yep.
I believe
so he saw that. Was that Scorsese's first movie?
It was definitely his breakout film. I don't know if it was his first.
I don't know if it was his first. Anyway, and they were like, no, we want you to do it. And he was like, no. And then they were like, okay, we're going to give you a Mercedes-Benz 600 limousine, and we're going to give you $1 million, and we're going to give you like anything you want. And
the head of Paramount was like, name your price, whatever you want.
And he was like, I'm going to shoot for the stars. And they gave him everything because he wanted to direct his own script, The Conversation, which incidentally was also nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I tried watching that. I fell asleep 3 times during watching that movie.
Really?
I have not finished it. I really tried just because I kept hearing the conversation, and I was like, oh, this must be amazing. And maybe I was just tired, but 3 times I fell asleep 3 times.
I mean, anyway, fairness, I haven't seen it recently, but
to be
I
fair,
remember liking
Godfather 3 was also nominated for Best Picture. So come on, Academy, figure it out. Anyway,
right there,
proof right there, the Academy is flawed.
Right there, exactly. So anyway, he also So he requested he also be allowed to direct a production for the San Francisco Opera. That he was allowed to write the screenplay, and he was allowed to write the screenplay for Great Gatsby, all prior to the sequel of the Christmas 1974 release of The Godfather. He wanted to do all that, and he did it.
Yep,
he did all those things.
He got everything he asked for,
and got 2 pictures nominated for Best Picture in the same year.
We're going to get into it in the wrap up in the final episode, but the TV show The Offer that we've talked about before, the head of Paramount, the Charlie, it's not Bluedhorn.
It is Bluedhorn.
It is Bluedhorn.
Yeah.
But and
the scummy one.
excellent acting.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
love all
Big time.
those characters. And and imagining that guy, going whatever you want, it's yours. Like
I know, right? Right?
Let's make a deal second. Deal second.
So it is cool to be able to put these kind of characters to life in your head when you're thinking about how all this behind the scenes stuff happens. So again, like a great series. Go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
I finally finished it, so I can say that now. But
you want to know something that just occurred to me, and it might be because I've been drinking wine, but all the research I've done, all the YouTube videos I watched, all the things, Penny, you and I are the first two women to be talking about The Godfather.
Say what?
No.
That I've seen. I'm not saying I'm not saying totally. That I have seen.
Sit up in my chair.
We are the first.
I'm gonna crack open my soda.
I'm gonna say,
Do
open
it.
that soda.
Do it.
Enjoy it. And we're gonna, whether it's accurate or not, we're gonna take
Here, I'm gonna
credit.
give you all
Heather
this.
Ray, you and
We're
Penny,
gonna do it. We're going forward like it's real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm
Cheers, my lady.
I'm
we are breaking
possibly
new
be
ground.
The first women to discuss all of this. I can't possibly. Cheers.
I'm digging it.
Cheers, Penny.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers, my lady.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers, my
You,
art
you can't
teacher.
hear it, Heather Ray.
What's that?
I said you can't hear it, Heather Ray, but I have the sound bite. It's the add a little bit of wine. Sound bite.
That's right.
That's right.
And honestly, like, y'all can see that. So anyway,
Oh yeah.
So
Nice aside.
back to the first draft. What is
this is what we're talking about.
What is there is a flashback sequence of a young Vito and his killing of Don Fanucci. But in this case, the flashback is introduced by Clemenza as he reminisces to the two FBI men guarding him. Fun side note about the two FBI men guarding him. I believe he is credited as FBI number 2. Harry Dean Stanton is in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
I
right.
completely, I did not clock that in any previous watching of it. And
I forgot
I mean,
that.
Harry Dean Stanton, for those who don't know, I mean, the man has had a career. Like, I mean, without looking
Quantum
on
Leap.
IMDb, well, I mean, just
Quantum Leap.
without
Oh my god. It's such a
without
great
looking,
show.
I would think he had
Okay.
200 credits. I would assume.
At
Oh
least.
yeah, he's in
Yeah.
everything. He's been in
The
so
dude
many
had been
things.
around forever. But anyways, so obviously a
Phenomenal.
lot changed from the original screenplay. 2 elements of the script would later be reused in other projects. So the photographer Margaret Hamilton becomes the journalist Grace Hamilton in part 3, and a vivid scene where a gangster turns
Bridget
up to a
Fonda.
what's that?
Bridget Fonda.
Oh yeah. Vivid scene where a gangster turns up to a hotel room meeting to discover that the room is covered in plastic sheeting because he is about to get axed into little pieces, would later be
Dexter style.
Dexter style. That's going to get later reused in Puzo's 1996 novel called The Last Dawn. So yeah, the script went through quite an evolution from that first draft onto when it went to picture.
Read completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
1-8.
a couple other things about Francis, because I think you did a good job covering how he got re-signed. So in addition to the increased producing duties and a lot of rewriting, he ultimately returned because he needed that creative control. That was one of the big conditions that he was like, I'm only going to do this if basically everybody leaves me alone. Also, Robert Evans is nowhere near this project.
Yeah, he was specific
yeah.
about it. And Al Ruddy had already gone on to do his own thing.
Yeah, already
And
went
do
on to
the
do the longest yard, right?
And like
yeah.
all that. Yeah, Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds. Yeah.
But which, by the way,
It's a great movie.
Al Ruddy and Robert Evans, they lived a very long time and were producing to their deaths. I mean, both of them, I think, made it into their 90s.
Wow.
And Robert Evans, by the way, man, the picture I found of him that was towards the end, that is a rough photo because that man had had a lot of plastic surgery.
Oh, wow.
He had been, a heavy smoker and drinker and all these things. So he wasn't the handsome kind of cool guy like you get to see in The Offer. it was like looking at a wax figure. It was crazy.
I mean, also remember you're talking about 40 years later, and a lot happens to people in 40 years.
Oh, totally
I'm
fair.
old, so I'm like prefacing my melted candle look in the future.
just putting that out there now. But let's see what you talked about the conversation and the Great Gatsby, and
oh my God, look at me just checking off boxes.
I know. Look, great. Now I got to find other stuff to talk about to fill this hour.
I got
plenty. But the one thing that Francis would go on to say after Part 2 released, that production went very smoothly, even almost bragging because of the multiple locations, time periods, and shooting units. But he must have had selective memory, though, because it wasn't exactly as smooth as he remembered it, which we will get into here.
It took 104 days to shoot this movie, and Al Pacino got pneumonia in Santo Domingo when they were shooting in Dominican Republic. And everything was delayed for a month while he recovered.
That is exactly who we're getting into, is Al Pacino, because he got big swole after, he wanted his money. He wanted his script rewrites, and then after all that, as you just said, he got pneumonia and delayed shooting for a month. And he
was completely exhausted by the time they finished. I mean, because he looks like worn out, but in parts of this movie, and that's real because he was.
Shout out to hair and makeup too. They did a great job aging him throughout. I thought he looked really great through the progression. So he wanted a lot more money, which is common. He only got $25,000 for the first movie, and that is $188,000 today. He got $500,000 for part 2.
Oh, I thought it was $1 million. 500?
Well, okay. $500,000, which is $3.8 million today, but he also got 10% share of the film profits.
Wow, 10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Oh, that's living money. That's fuck you money.
And
right
that's
there.
basically the same deal that Coppola got. Wow. So production got delayed.
That's breaking my balls, money.
Yeah.
You're breaking my balls.
I mean, usually gets parts of a point, not 10 whole points.
But then Pacino, even after being sick, even after getting everything he asked for and being sick and delaying production, he frequently complained about Coppola's slow pace. At one point, he yelled, quote, "Serpico only took 19 days." And then he threatened to quit.
Throw that in your face.
I mean, I have worked with Al Pacino. I love Al Pacino. Al Pacino is very instrumental and that's the story for another time, of why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm here right now. So I will never say anything bad about Pacino, but
10 points.
Don't be like that. Come on.
And then after it was all said and done, he said hoo-ha.
Serpico was a great movie.
And we'll be honest, finally, after losing
is a great movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. So although part 2, at least in the initial run, it wasn't as financially successful as part 1, it would go on to triple the cost, basically. So it brought in a little more than $48 million. So even if you said it was $15 million to make, they tripled profit. And $48 million is, anyone want to take a guess at this whopping number?
Oh, you told me earlier.
Oh, yeah.
$137,000.
$420
million. Sorry.
$1 million.
What was your number?
$420 million.
The answer is, I know it's Price is Right rules here. So
I know it really is.
Heather Ray
I got to give it to Heather Ray because it's $361 million. Oh.
Look at me and my financial, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
So
money.
It would also go on to win a truckload of awards, including 11 Academy nominations and 6 Oscars for Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Score, Best Art Direction, and Best Picture. This was the first sequel to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Do y'all want to know the second movie to win Best Picture as a sequel?
Wasn't it a Peter Jackson movie?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Two
want to
Towers?
say Game of Thrones. I
Return
don't
to
watch
the
any of
King.
these. They're all the
it's the
same.
third
It's
one.
It's
the
the third one.
Hobbit movie.
Yes. Penny
Hobbit movie.
Penny got it. Return of the King.
There
I'm
it
just
is.
talking low.
Look at that rebound you did though. You're overbid on the number, but then you come back and you win with Return of the King.
Yeah.
Peace. It's because it had 11 endings.
The Return of
Hollywood
the Penny.
likes 11 endings or more. Good God. Sorry, Mr. Jackson.
I had to go to the bathroom so bad watching that movie in the theater, and I was like, "It's never gonna end," and I'm like bouncing in my seat, like, "Oh my god!"
I was in the same boat.
I thought it was
I
gonna
have a
end
thing
like 12
against
times
all
over.
of those movies because I was designing a play in Pennsylvania in the winter, and it's miserable. And
I can imagine.
like it is in Buffalo, where I am right now in the winter, 8 months of gray skies.
We've
and
heard of
awful
winter here.
Fair
And
tale of winter.
yeah, we've heard tell of winter.
Yes.
Yes, that's how it is.
It's all this white stuff. In
Yeah,
there.
and I watched all three of those under my blankets all in a row, and I wanted to kill myself afterward.
That's
it's
about
way too much.
that's
nine or
Way
10
too
hours
much
worth
all
of.
at once. Don't do that to yourself, y'all. This
Jeez.
is like a cautionary tale right here.
Yeah.
It's
Not in the
good.
gray zone.
Just give yourself a little space, let it breathe. I'm sure it's fantastic, but fuck Peter Jackson. As it stands right now. And again, I've had a little
Join
drink,
us
so
join us
I
next
don't mean
summer
it. I'll work for you
for
any
our Peter Jackson summer series.
for our Lord of the Rings summer series.
He's still proud.
Including the Hobbits,
Mister.
Oh yeah, it's all six
It might
movies.
be fantastic because I would have to watch them, and now I know. Don't watch them all in a row.
Yeah.
Don't take 12 hours watching those movies. Like that is not a good day spent.
Well, if you're
Sorry.
really sick in bed, that's when I would say maybe it's a good time to binge watch those because you're not going
I
anywhere.
wasn't sick. I was just depressed because there was no sunshine for many
Right.
not the great.
It's a real
great
thing.
sun.
That's a real
Yeah,
thing. Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
So a couple other rando things. It's also, I believe, the only Best Picture winner to have a Roman numeral in the title. So there's that.
Interesting.
That's a
And-
stat.
I know, it's a weird one. And there was also a big, I shouldn't say a big, but there was a lot of debate on giving it a part 2 labeling in the title.
Yeah, sequels they didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But now, like,
Oh yeah.
all of them, all of them had. It was the beginning of doing part 1, part 2,
Mhm.
Rocky 1, Rocky 2, like all of them, like Rambo
Naked Gun
1,
2 and a
Rambo
half,
2,
Naked Gun
all
33 and
of
a
them,
third.
All of them. That was the first, and they fought against that like crazy. They did
Oh, yeah.
not want that to be the title.
Oh, I mean, you got go into horror movies, Halloween, and Terminator, everybody's franchise.
That's the start.
Friday
of
the
it. That was the
13th.
first-
Yeah. Nightmare on
that was
Elm
the
Street.
first
Let's
movie
franchise
that,
everything. Yeah.
Uh,
Totes.
I went to a pub quiz last night, and bad movie descriptions was a category, and
Oh, fun.
it was a hard category. But one was boiler room custodian teaches kids
Nightmare.
lessons. and I was, but I didn't get it because I was going like boiler room, like it was throwing me off. And so when they were giving the
Nightmare on
answers,
She burns herself.
yeah. So when they were doing the answers and they said Nightmare on Elm Street, I was like, wow, my head was not in that space. Like,
Oh, that's exactly where I hear
Yeah.
boiler room.
Freddy's coming for you.
I was thinking of the movie Boiler Room that's not very good that has, I believe, Ben
There you
Affleck.
go. Yeah, that might have stumped.
Anyways,
Okay,
so
The Godfather.
back to this topic of
I really
part
want to
2.
eat the rest of this cannoli.
Yeah, go for
Do
it.
it.
You do you. So, question for everyone. We obviously all have seen part 2 many times, but kind of like we asked in the first episode, how had it been a long time for y'all from the last time you had seen it? Or I know Heather Ray, you kind of watch these semi-annual, right?
Twice a year,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Like for me,
1 and 2.
I
One
want to
and
say it had been.
I've only seen 3 twice, and one of them was for this podcast. So, and I'll watch it.
Actually, I haven't watched part 3 yet, and that will be a
Same.
You've never seen part 3?
No, I have. It will be a second viewing for me. I've only seen it once, so that's I'm curious.
There is actually some good stuff in there. However, there's so much throwback to the first. Well, we'll talk about it later. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Hold that thought, girl. Hold that thought, girl.
But like Penny, had it been a long time for you between viewings?
It had, yeah. Oh, sorry, I knocked my little Mickey Mike. No, I didn't. Yes, it had been a long time, and it had been a long time for both. I think. I did watch them a lot when I was younger. I liked them, but I kind of fell off. I fell in love with Goodfellas in 1990, and I never looked back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Coppola. I'm sorry, Heather Ray, and I'm sorry, Mr. Coppola. But I think these are really beautiful movies.
Well, y'all know that my idea for the summer series was to do a bunch of gangster movies. And Godfather or not Godfather, Goodfellas.
God, there's so much good stuff in there.
Like neck and neck with.
I could do a whole summer on that movie.
And maybe we will. Stay tuned, y'all.
Oh God.
Let's do it.
Anywho, we were siding again.
You know what?
And I'm sorry, but yeah.
Those who are listening and watching. Wow. Those, is this wine or coffee?
Drinking. Y'all aren't even drinking.
No, but write us. Give us your opinion if you have things that you would like to hear us cover in our summer mini series or any episode. Film Folklore Podcast at gmail.com.
An example is doing Goodfellas and My Blue Heaven, which were both.
Oh my God! Jump into my heart, Heather Ray. Oh my God! Arugula.
I have good ideas.
You do. You do.
When it comes to Italian things.
Oh, the little old man in the pet shop.
Anyway. Moving forward. Write it. Give us your opinion.
For Penny. Was there something that like you had maybe forgotten, or maybe something that you hadn't noticed before, or anything that was like that caught you this round?
Yeah, I kind of like Heather Ray. Calls it correctly. It's a family film. I kind of got like soap opera vibes watching this go around.
Interesting.
Like very dramatic and
especially
yeah, I'm talking about Godfather 2. I'm
the movie we're talking about right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think the whole I think everything was just taken to like dramatic extremes, and I like the gangstery stuff of the first one. And I didn't really feel like Cuba needed to be a part of things, and
yeah, Cuba.
I just didn't feel right in the film. It's beautiful, and the soundtrack is great, and the acting is phenomenal. Some of the hairstyles are really terrible. I get it. I know you're gonna get into that at some point.
Kay in the
poor
hair.
Mia Farrow.
No. My God.
Mia Farrow.
Not Mia Farrow.
Diane
Keaton. Oh my gosh, y'all! It's been a day.
You're going real life, Frank Sinatra, Mia Farrow. Instead
no, I meant Diane Keaton. My faux pas.
Okay, so Penny,
but yeah, go ahead.
I get what you're saying because okay, so I've seen both of these movies many times. I've seen the Coppola's initial idea of doing it as a whole saga, like combining them chronologically. I've seen all of the versions of all of this. And until I really started doing a deep dive on like what was happening in the Michael stuff in this movie, that's why I always preferred Godfather 1. I was like, I love the Robert De Niro stuff. I love the prequel stuff. I love all that. Yeah. But I get bored when I'm thinking about the Michael stuff, basically. Yeah. However, doing the deep dive, I'm in. I mean, now I'm kind of like, okay, Godfather 1 and 2 kind of equal grounds, like honestly, because there's just so many interesting things historically speaking, like all of the congressional stuff that was actually happening. Pat Geary is based on an actual senator named Pat McKiernan. And I mean,
I think if I'd been older when this came out, it would have clicked more. but I was a kid when this
Well,
movie
that's
came
the thing.
out.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like
a lot
neither
of this
one
over
of
my
us
head. Yeah.
have this in our heads, but like the historical stuff is so on point. Like for instance, they reshot the whole Ellis Island thing.
I do remember
because
reading that.
somebody in the crew, and I'm assuming it was a costumer. Like all I've been able to find is
you always assume that.
I know what you're about to say.
Noticed
yeah.
that there were zippers in the pants, and
Yes,
zippers
that's
didn't
right.
exist.
That's right.
So they reshot the entire thing with
button flies. Yeah.
There's
the
a few
money that was used with young Vito and the landlord.
I thought it was stunning.
Historically accurate. The
Shout out to
and
props.
like the thing with Castro when they are
props, costume, set deck, yeah, all of it.
Like the gold telephone actually happened. Like that was a thing in like actual history. And the president of Cuba was dethroned. I mean, as far as he was kicked out.
Yeah.
That day, it was all New Year's Eve, and Fidel Castro came into power the next day because the rebels, and like knowing having all of that like in it really like fleshes it out, and like really I'm into it, because I would always be like, oh, I love the Vito, like the young Vito stuff, but I'm bored when it comes to the Michael stuff, because we saw Michael's progression from like the good college boy who was just back from the war and didn't want anything to do with the mafia to becoming the Don. That arc and that story is so much more interesting to me. But I love, like I said, I always love the Vito stuff. But now that I like have done the deep dive, but I mean, if you don't know that history, it's not as interesting, I guess. Speaking from me, I don't know.
Two things I would say to that. So when the movie was, they had some screenings for test audiences, and the very first cut, people thought that the jumping back and forth in the timelines was too much, and apparently
it was too much.
Yeah, apparently,
they cut it down.
Yeah, apparently it was excessive, and so they cut it down to what we see. And I know I said this in previous episodes, but if anyone is not a fan of the jumping or whatever, then that's where, if you can find the Godfather epic, that's what I liked about the Godfather epic, is because there is no jumping. It's all in chronological order. So it's just an interesting
if you have
edit.
AMC, if you can stream AMC, because that's where it always was.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where I always saw it, was like chronologically from beginning to end, and they didn't jump back and forth, and they went from Godfather, the stuff in Godfather 2, the prequel stuff, and they went through Godfather 1, and then on.
It's probably obnoxiously on Stars, the one thing no one ever owns.
Stars.
Screw you, Stars. Unless you want to sponsor us, then I'll say whatever you want.
And woo, Stars, you're the star. Stars.
Great movies, really accessible. So, Justin, what about you for?
I'll just let that wine come out my nose, by the way.
What about you, as far as had it been a long time since you had seen part 2?
It has been, yeah, film school.
Oh yeah, okay, so it's been a minute.
Pretty long time. I hadn't remembered too much about it. I really, to be honest, I hadn't even remembered De Niro was in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, here's the thing.
De Niro's in this?
I mean, I didn't realize Danny Aiello was in it.
I know. He was a shock.
Yeah.
Him and Harry Dean Stanton were the two that I had never noticed before.
I mean, it came back to me instantly, and I was like, oh, yeah, all right, cool.
Donahue, who was a big 50s star, was also in this, playing Merle, Connie's fiance or whatever.
Oh,
Troy
yeah.
Donahue.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know who the fuck that was because I'm not that old, but like I recognize the name only because it is sung in Greece. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Now that's trivia right there.
There you go.
That was there, besides remembering that De Niro was in it.
It was such a pleasant surprise because I was actually like,
this movie's going to be great.
Well, that was exactly my reaction. I was like, oh yeah, it was good.
I feel like when movies are built up so much and talked about so much,
I hadn't wanted to rewatch it for so long.
Become so big,
Yeah.
and you're bound to be disappointed. It doesn't happen with this one.
But you are correct, though. It does become intimidating.
A camera person who had never seen Godfather, and I just railed against this dude. I kind of feel bad, but I was like, "You're not in film if you haven't seen The Godfather." I mean, Mario Puzo, when he started writing when he was writing the second one, he was like, "Well, maybe I should learn how to screenwrite because I'm an author. I write books." The first thing that he opened, the first thing it said was, "Watch The Godfather," and he was like, "Okay, guess I'm good." No, there's that. Yeah.
I also saw a thing where I think I have this in the trivia in the next episode, but I'll go ahead and say it. Gary Oldman was quoted as saying that Part 2 is the perfect movie. And but the way the trivia, the way I saw it, is that he tells his students all the time, and I just kind of went like, Gary Oldman is teaching somewhere.
I know.
I want to be a student of Gary Oldman. Please.
Where?
Also,
where.
fantastic man. I was so happy that he was the genuine article when I met him. So
isn't it nice when that happens?
Such a relief.
The first time I dealt with principals.
He's
Emma
a hero
Thompson.
I can meet.
Yeah, right. Like Emma Thompson, who I've always adored. She's an amazing actress, underrated. I love her so much.
Oh yeah, Emma Thompson's fantastic.
I was like, please don't be an asshole. Please don't be an asshole. And she was the most lovely person, the loveliest person I've ever met in my whole life. Incredible, hilarious. Like every time I took a continuity picture, she was like pulling a face, like hilarious. And if we ever get the Substack or whatever we're talking about, the paid version, I'll tell stories.
All right, I like that teaser. Also, Emma Thompson and Gary Oldman are both in the Apple TV series Slow Horses. Have y'all watched that?
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good.
Well,
Gary Oldman is amazing in that.
I think the show itself is mediocre, but they are so good. That's what makes the show. Because it was one of the first episodes. I know this is like way off topic, but it was one of the first episodes, and here it is, these two living legend actors are being forced to do exposition dumps that don't make sense because they're spies. So why would they be telling all of their activity and everything for the viewer to understand? It's like spies would never talk like that. Like, sorry.
No,
like,
okay, speaking of exposition dumps, they do that a lot in this movie, but it
works.
Propels the story. It's not just like, oh, and this happened, and this happened. It's like, if you listen to, for instance, when Michael is talking to Frank Pentangeli for the first time in the office, they talk all about the Rosado brothers. They talk all, like, that whole thing. Hyman Roth is introduced for the first time, even audibly. Like, it all propelled. It's just brilliant writing, because it's not just like, oh, but because you've all seen those movies where it's like, oh, this is so lazy. Like, oh, this is my sister, la, la, la. And she does, it's like, well, what does that have to do with the story? The thing about The Godfather, when they exposition dump, as you say, and I like that term, it propels the story forward every single time.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
This movie is, I would say, as close to perfection as you can get.
It's pretty perfect.
I mean, it's crazy.
Both of them are, honestly.
So, in our next episode, we're going to be getting into our 5 factions. And for those who need a little refresher, in our Rocky series, we had the 4 corners, like 4 corners of a boxing ring. And for this exercise, we're doing 5 factions, like the 5 families. And so those sections.
And what's the word for in Italian for 5?
Penta.
There you go. Good job, baby.
Like
I'm
a
so
pentagram.
That's right.
Um,
That's right. So proud.
Well, now I'll butcher all this Italian. So, so
Okay,
these factions are called Kesto Spaccia, things we loved, forget about it, things we didn't like, fucking Fredo, any character-related frustrations we had, most likely with Fredo.
How long do we have for that?
I know, a lot of Fredo talk coming up in the next episode.
From Fredo.
Curiosita, that is the trivia section, and the Ispirazione. That's the any homages, pop culture references, etc. that you liked over the years. And so in our next episode, we're going to get into that for part 2. So anything before we get out of here today?
Okay, so I have a bunch of notes, and I feel like I have how many pages? I have 5 pages of notes, and I feel like I got to like halfway through the first page on this. So
well, that's what the next episode is.
All right.
Well, if that's not a teaser, I don't know what it is.
I feel like that happened on Rocky as well.
Yeah, that's what happened on Rocky.
It's all checks. We're on track.
We are on track. Yes.
Heather Ray's drinking. We're going long.
I know.
It's gonna be a big next episode. Lots to do.
I know. Behind the curtains, you can know we're recording 2 episodes tonight. So you'll see us in the same clothes. And I'm trying to think anything else. No. So don't go too far away, because allegedly The Godfather Part 2, Episode 2, will be landing next week. Randy will still be here, not talking. Heather Ray, you want to take us out of here?
Hey, film friends, it's your good pal Heather Ray here, and we need your help. And it's not what you think. We want your stories, we want your questions, your problems, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yes, correct us when we need corrections, which we will need corrections. You can reach us by email at filmfolklorepodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram, also at Film Folklore Podcast, on Twitter and X and TikTok at The Film Folk. And if you're only listening to us, you can now see us on YouTube. Look us up at Film Folklore Podcast, and that's all separate words. Film Folklore Podcast. If you are feeling generous and you want to part with even $1 or $2 to help us keep going, you can donate to our PayPal via our website, filmfolklorepodcast.com, and follow the PayPal link there. Thanks, friends. You're helping us grow. We really appreciate you.